Alright, hey guys. Today, or over the next couple days, I'm going to be uploading videos of me designing a small, Craftsman organizer for 1/64 scale. So, this is, I'm using the program Onshape, so I'll have a link in the description on how to get the free plan and stuff. So, what you want to start, you'll fill that all the information out and do all that. And then you're going to want to, I don't have it pulled up because I got other documents that I have to keep sort of private. But you over around in this section when you're on the home screen, there'll be a create thing. You do a create new document, name it whatever. I guess small organizer or Craftsman small organizer or whatever I have up there. And then to start, what you'll want to do is you want to click sketch. So this is basically a drawing. You'll click that. Then you're going to want to click. You can do it one of two ways. So you either click the top plane, and that'll choose it on that plane, and then do it that way. Or you can just go and select it without having to click it on the side menu. So you can do that. Then you're going to want to go over to this thing called the View Cube. So this lets you rotate around the origin. You can also, with your right mouse button, you can drag and it'll pull you around. And then you click that to put you back in the isometric view, which is basically on the corner. So to start, I guess what you want to do is you'll create your sketch, and you're going to want to click the top plane. Okay, so then you got all these tools up here. So these are all the sketch tools, not those two, but we'll start with these. These are all the sketch tools. Some of them have drop-down menus and stuff. So we'll start with a rectangle, a corner rectangle. So you can either press G or you can click the little icon up there. Then you're going to want to, it's going to highlight the origin yellow. So if you're away from it, it won't highlight anything. But then if you highlight over the origin, you'll click that and it'll do it exactly on it. Then you're going to click and drag away. And you can do it wherever you want. I mean, still trying to make a decent rectangle. But then you're going to go in and you're going to want to dimension the organizer, or the rectangle it is right now. So up here on the bar again, you've got the dimension key on Onshape, so it's D. Press D, you're going to highlight the bottom one, so if you just hover over it again, it'll highlight. Click that once. It'll bring up a number that's whatever it is at the moment. You want to click it again, and for the specific organizer, it's going to be 0.2 of an inch. So you'll type it in and then click enter. And on the side, you're going to do the same thing. Click once and then drag out and click again. Then you're going to want to do, again, 0.17 for the height of it. So basically what we've created now is a rectangle. So it's still a 2D object, so it's just a drawing or sketch. And when the lines are black, it means it's constrained, so you can't, if I pull on the corner, I can't drag it. But if I take away that dimension, I'll be able to drag the height up and down. So when a line is blue, you can move it by pressing on either the line or the one of the vertices, and then so you can't do anything now when it's black. When it's all black, that means it's constrained is the word you'd use. So you've dimensioned it out now. Then you're going to use a tool called the offset tool, and you'll just click once. Oh, you'll highlight over the top. So we're going to make the little handle that comes out, or that you'll hold on to. So you're going to click once after you've highlighted it once, and then you're going to click again away from the area so it doesn't click on anything else, because if you do that, it'll do both edges. You're just going to want to do just the top edge. You're going to click away from it. You've clicked away. It's going to, so this has been 2 clicks. You've clicked the line, and you've clicked a second time to not confirm it, but start to be able to edit it. And you're going to do 0.0075, so 0.075. Then you are going to want to go in from the outer sides. You want to click once on the offset again, click a second time to start to edit it. You're going to do 0.0, 0.05, not 55, 0.05. You're going to want to do it on the other side, so the same exact thing. Sorry, I'll show you what I'm trying to do. So what you can do when you're doing a thing, you can, when it's going away from the way you want it to go, you just click the arrow. You can also drag it past to get it to the other side. It's still not going to create a definite dimension, but confirm dimension, you'll just click it once, and then it'll go to the other side. So now to reverse it, it'll be 3 clicks. So your third click is again to edit it, but now, well, it's the third now instead of second. Then it's again 0.05, or you can just do 0.05. That's how I'll talk about it from now on. Now, looking back at this, I haven't actually done this before, so if I go back on what I did, just don't complain too much. So I've actually made this too tall for the actual size of the toolbox. So you're going to want to edit a dimension that you've already created. You're going to double click the number. So yeah, double click it, left click it twice, and then you're going to do I'm just going to do 0.065. You're not subtracting. You're moving it up a thousandth of an inch, or no, hundredth of an inch. Jeez, I can't speak. So then now you have your little area for where the handle will eventually go. So now what you'll want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of detail to mine. So from this lower, not the top one, the one down that you've created the offset, you're going to do offset again. Why is it lagging? Okay, so also to get out of a tool, you just press escape, and Control Z will undo. Why is it? That's fun. Okay, so I'm doing it. And then you're going to want to click again to go the other direction. Sorry, my computer isn't enjoying me making a video at the same time of using this. So then you're gonna switch it to go the other side. So then your third click again. You're going to want to do 0.03. Okay. So this is creating just a little bit of detail into the thing, and then you're going to want to offset again from these side portions. 0.015, depending on either side. Or if you don't want to switch to the other side, you can just do negative, and it'll go the opposite direction. Now what you're going to want to do is the line tool. You can either press L, or you can click the little dash two dots and a line. And then you're going to want to highlight so that it creates a cross section. So it's highlighting 2 lines, so it's going to do the exact corner of that. Then you want to do corner to corner, where it highlights both of those. And then you're going to want to do that on the other side again. So you're just clicking once and then clicking again on the other spot where you want it. And now we're going to clean up this horrible mess that I've created. And so to get rid of lines, one way to do it is when you have a line that you don't want to get rid of all of it, you just want to get rid of a portion of it. Sorry, not to mention you want to click trim or M, which of course the letters don't line up because it's got to be different. But you want to click the trim button and it'll highlight the section. So you'll click once, it'll delete it. Click another time, it'll delete it, and then you click escape to get out of that. Another way that if you want to delete a whole line, you just click the line, press delete, click the line, press delete. So then now I'm just going to clean up. So I'm going to trim that edge, that edge, that edge, that edge. Now it's separated those. So these are all separate lines now, deleting all of that. So now going back to what I was saying earlier, is now that I've cleaned it up, you can now manipulate the that piece. So then just Control Z. I won't follow that part, but that's what you do. And then we're going to create the little handle portion, so we're going to offset again from the top. We're going to do a 0.03. No, sorry, not 0.03. 0.02. Okay, so 0.02. And then you're going to trim those extra lines. So now you've basically got a little toolbox type thing. Not toolbox, an organizer type thing. So I'm going to actually shrink that a little bit more. 0.0175. Oh, so that's not what I wanted to have. There we go. And so I've just gone back because what it was doing is pulling it up. I should have explained that. But sometimes it'll pull the whole shape up when you're changing a dimension. So if I do this to 0.015, see it's pulling that whole section up. So to fix that, you can either trim those extra bits, or you can just undo to where you have that solid line all the way across that's constrained, where the points are constrained. But now you've basically got this area. So then I'm going to teach you now how to make this into a solid. So in order to make this into a solid, you're going to, I guess this will be like part 2 or something. But in order to make this into a solid, you're going to want to highlight the main body. So it'll make it yellow. You're highlighting the main body. Now we're using a different tool now. It's the extrude tool. So over in the corner, it's not one of the drawing tools. It's one of the separated ones. The extrude tool. Now to get a better viewpoint on this, so now you're creating a solid. To get a better viewpoint of what you're actually doing, you're going to want to press the corner. One of the corners. You can do either one. I like to use the bottom ones, or this one's specifically the isometric view one of it. Well, actually, this will be the isometric, but we're not going to go into that. So then you've got that. So you don't want to be too tall. So the correct height of it is 5 inches in 1-to-1 scale. So 5 divided by 64 is basically 0.08. Easy. Or let's just do a 0.075 because that looks a bit chunky. We have to create a lid. My bad. So do 0.06 for the height of this toolbox here, or organizer. So 0.06 for the extrude. So it's where it says depth. You're going to click and you can edit it. Now it's called confirming the extrude. So you're going to click the check mark to confirm it. Now what's going to happen is your little handle section is going to go away because it's now hidden. The sketch is now hidden. So you're just going to highlight over the sketch on the menu on the side. Highlight and keep on highlighting it, like just have your cursor hovered over it. Then where it has the eye with a slash through it, click that. It'll bring it back up. Then you're going to want to create a second extrude. Back in, and you can zoom in and out. And then you're going to want to do 0.05, so a slight bit shorter to give it a little bit of detailing. Now, something we're going to do that's a slight bit different it adds even more detail to it, is you're going to want to create a second position. So this is simplifying it. You can do this in 2 steps, or you can do it in 1 step. But the second position, it's going the opposite direction. You see the arrows will point which way it goes. So then you're going to want to do 0.015, right? No, 0.01. My bad. 0.01. Actually, this original side will be 0.04. This will be 0.02. Then you're going to click the opposite direction, so it's going to be essentially removing the material, or it just won't happen in the first place. So now you've got a little handle section. So now that you've created that, we've used all of our sketches that we'll need, because that's going to be an open space. So we're pretty much all done with the sketch. You can hide it. Don't delete it. You can hide it. Now to create even more detail on this toolbox, we're going to use a tool called chamfer. So these are all your editing of the solid tools. Well, these are all creating solids. This is editing solids. So you got fillet, chamfer, and then a bunch of other ones. So fillet creates a curve, a radius on something. A chamfer is creating an angle, which you can edit the size. So it's doing a weird thing right now because it starts off at 0.2. We're going to want to do 0.02, 0.01, 0.25, and create a chamfer. You want to do that on all corners so you can rotate around on the view cube. And you will have now created a slight bit of detailing into your toolbox. So I'm going to make this one actually printable in part 2. I mean, it is printable right now, but you could add compartments in it, and you could add a lid and stuff, but it's so small that you can't. I mean, you could print it, but then you'd have just big pain. So we're not actually gonna print it with compartments in it. But in part 2, I will explain how to make a lid for it, and also how to make it look like there's compartments, even if there isn't. So that's going to be it for right now. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in part 2.